Hey everyone, it's Megan, and today I'm starting a new series called Claysperiments. I'm so excited. I have been working with polymer clay for not very long, probably a couple months, maybe 3 months. Something that I had wanted to do for a really long time. And finally, after watching a ton of YouTube videos, decided I'm just gonna go buy some stuff and try it out. I think I picked it up pretty fast, but I still don't feel super confident enough to just do straight tutorials and show people how to do things. So instead, I decided to take all these Pinterest and Tumblr inspired ideas that I was gonna try out on my own and just try out with you guys. So what I'll be doing is when I'm making stuff for Claysperiments, it'll be the very first time I've ever made it. And I'll probably be trying out new tools and things like that, and new techniques that I've seen other people do and see how they work out for me. So not everyone might be successful. Hopefully they will all be successful and I'll get something cool and cute out of every single one of these, but it might happen sometimes that I burn something or it doesn't come out right, so we'll see. I'm gonna start pretty simple this time. I had seen some of these really cute characters that are just really simple. They're like animals, but they're like just like a ball with like little ears if it's a cat, or like a pig nose and ears if it's a pig, but they're just like a circle. And it's really cute and really simple. So I thought, you know, I want to do that, and I'd seen somebody do cats, and it gave me the idea to maybe make Artemis and Luna and Diana from Sailor Moon. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to make them in this style. So that's what I'm doing today. There is one new tool that I have not used yet, and that is these dotting tools I've seen other people use, and I could not find them anywhere for the life of me. I finally found them at Sally's beauty store because they're also used for nail art. And so if you're looking for these and you can't find them, try a beauty store, because I tried craft stores and I could not find them. Let's go ahead and get started on Artemis, Luna, and Diana. These are the colors we're using. These are the just kind of minor colors. Then here are our main colors. We're gonna have this dark purple for Luna, this light purple for Diana, and of course white for Artemis. And you gotta be really careful with this white. I have used white before on a few other things, and if you have other colors on your hands, it definitely comes off on the whites. I'm just gonna start by making the basic body shape. I'm gonna try to make them pretty small. That's something that's pretty hard to do, is when you start making smaller items. So there is, I think that's the size I'm gonna do for Artemis's body. And I'm gonna try to make Luna's the same size because they're the adult cats. I think the biggest struggle I've had with working with polymer clay is how to keep your clay clean while you're working with it. Like I've looked at all these places with like tips on like how, you know, you should clean everything and wipe everything down, and, you know, wash your hands before you start, obviously, and all this stuff, but I still end up somehow getting stuff in the clay. So I think that's probably one thing. If anyone has any tips on how to keep the clay clean, like cleaner, or keep your hands cleaner while you're working with it, please leave them in the comments below, because I think that's like my biggest obstacle right now, is keeping everything clean. All right, so those both look about the same size now. So there's their little bodies, and I'm gonna make Diana a little bit smaller than them. So she's gonna be kind of tricky for the details on her. Take some off. Yeah, there we go. So cute. They're just little balls right now. So now we need to start making all the little details. I'm gonna make all their little ears and their tails, and then I'm gonna go to the face. I'm gonna get my X-Acto knife to cut the little triangle shape. And then I'm gonna cut on this side. Another one. I'm not too worried about it being like perfect, because I am gonna fill it in with a little bit of pink, because they have pink on the insides of their ears. Now I'm gonna take our pink and I'm gonna roll it out. If you didn't have a rolling pin also, these would probably work pretty well. So I rolled out my pink pretty thin, and I'm gonna cut little triangles. I'm actually gonna go ahead and cut the ones for Luna and Artemis. That way I have them already made. Okay, there's the little ear. It's purple on the back and it's got the little pink on the inside. These little pieces are so hard to work with. Now I'm going to stick it on. I actually really like this ball tool to blend stuff. I've been using these other little tools, but this works really well. The cool thing about this little ball tool set that I got, the one I found, had very different sizes. Like it has larger ones and smaller ones. If you are going to be looking for this tool, I definitely suggest finding one that has that, because the different sizes have already proven to help. Ears are on. Oh my gosh, that was pretty tricky. And now I'm just gonna do the same thing for Luna and Artemis. Okay, now I have Diana, Artemis, and Luna's ears all done. And I'm gonna move on to making their tails. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of clay and roll it out. I'll start with Diana. Just make like a little snake. It needs to be pretty thin though. And I kind of made one end a little bit thicker than the other. The other end's like a little thinner. And I'm going to kind of shape it into like an S, like that. And I'm going to just place it on the back and have it kind of wrap around to the front. And use my ball tool, like a medium-sized one, to blend the back of the tail in to the body. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to do the same thing for Luna and Artemis. A little bit of purple, roll it out. And now I'm going to do the same thing for Artemis's tail. And they all have their little tails. And it's time to start working on their face. And I think first I'm going to make the little moons. So I have some yellow polymer clay. And I'm just going to roll it out into a very, 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 very thin snake. And I'm gonna cut just a little bit of it. See, very small piece of yellow. To pick it up like that and place it on the forehead and make a moon shape. And I messed up. So I'm gonna cut another piece of yellow. Okay, oh my gosh. That was really hard, but I think I figured out a good technique for it. Is rolling it out like I did and then kind of creating the moon shape on the ball tool and placing that on to the cat. So I took my ball tool like that, and then I just kind of made the moon shape around the ball on the ball tool, like that. And then I just placed it on and shaped it. So I've got the little moons on all of their foreheads. It was very difficult, but there they are. And now the last thing we have to do is the eyes. And so instead of doing black, I wanted to go ahead and do the color of their eyes. So Artemis, I'm using this blue, and Luna, I'm using this red, and I'm gonna go ahead and use that for Diana too, because I don't quite, her eyes aren't completely red like Luna's, so they're like a pinkish red, but don't really have that color, so I'm just going to do the red for her eyes as well. So I'm going to use the dotting tool to make little indentions to put the eyes into. I'm going to use a bigger ball tool for Artemis and Luna since they're a little bit bigger. So I made little indentions on all of them. See? Super tiny. There's one. There's two. And these are actually still too big, so I'm going to cut a little bit off of them. Now I'm going to take the red and make 4 tiny little circles. Okay, oh my gosh. So I've got all the eyes on each one of them, and that is pretty much it. I'm going to put them in the oven to bake them and see how they come out when they're done and show them to you. So I'll be right back. All right, so they are done. Here is Diana. And my favorite part of them is the little tail. I think it's so cute. And here is Luna. And Artemis. So I had so much fun making these, but they were way harder than I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, I'll start off easy. This will be simple. This is a lot harder than it looks. They're just like little balls, but there's a lot of detail and it's such little work, and that's what I'm trying to get better at. So that's why I decided to do this. Now you can, I did forget this part, you can put an eye pin in the tops of their heads. That way you can use it to make them into a keychain or a necklace or earrings or whatever you want to make it into. I totally forgot to do that. So these are probably just gonna sit on my shelves, which is what I was gonna do anyway. I loved the dotting tool. It helped a lot with blending and putting the little eyes in so that they're more flush versus sticking off the head. And it was really cool. I like doing this, and I can't wait to do the next one. If you guys have any suggestions for what I should make for the next Claysperiments, please leave them in the comments below. And I hope you like this. Give a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you next time. Bye!